Hey, Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today we are taking a look at something that I knew part of I was going to have to get, but the rest of it I didn't even know existed. So what happened here is in looking around online for the rest of, because I reviewed this Donatello, the Best Action Donatello from Loyal Subjects, and I like it even more today than I did when I reviewed it. I have to have the rest of the turtles. And in looking around online, this popped up. Now you may notice this box is jacked. It's taped closed clumsily and horribly. I got this from Target Bullseye. You can see the return tag, I guess, here. I don't know what the story is. Anyway, I got it from Target Bullseye, and it was the price of what the Raphael figure alone would have cost me, but it comes with a motorcycle. Now, I do believe there's some different accessories here. The portrait, the alternate portrait is different, but for the same price, I was like, I'll go ahead and get a motorcycle too. Why not? And I don't care that the box is all jacked up, because you know what we're getting ready to do. Now, this is some kind of like Comic-Con. It's not, well, I don't know. It's some kind of exclusive, I think. Like I said, I didn't even know this existed. I just thought, well, if I'm going to spend $22, which, by the way, the Donatello was like $18, and I still don't know why. These are like $21.99 each for just the figure. This was $40, but I got this for $21. So you can understand my logic there. And the good thing is when you order from Target Bullseye is their eBay store. When you order from them, if it's messed up, like if it's unacceptable, you let them know and they immediately refund your money. So it's no risk. You may as well try and get something on the cheap. And then if it doesn't work out, you get your money back and it's no problem. All right, so the box looked pretty good, aside from being jacked. Pretty good packaging. I liked it. You could clearly see everything that was in. Oh, there's that LP sticker, loss prevention. So maybe somebody ripped this open in the store and was trying to steal it and got caught. I don't know. There's a story here, and I'll never know what it was. So let's toss that box to the side and take a look. Oh, our special collector card is still in here. I was really worried about that because you know me. If I don't get these collector cards, then it's just not even worth having the figure. Excuse me while I throw that in the trash. Everything seems nicely intact in the place where it's supposed to be. We've got our plastic top piece here holding everything in the tray, and it looks like no wires or anything holding the parts in, which I love. The motorcycle seems a little small to me, which, fine, whatever. I don't, like I said, I was basically getting a free motorcycle when I bought this, so I was like, why not? So let's set that motorcycle off to the side. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. We've got a nice little ground skid out, burnout effect. We have the cheap Party Favor plastic bandana piece. That is really the only complaint that I had about Donatello. And let's just dump the rest of this out right here. All right. Oh man, the helmet looks great. We'll look at that in a second. We'll look at all the accessories in a second. First, we want to take a look at the Raphael figure. And I think the first thing that I want to point out here is the different dimensions of the turtles. And one of the things that's very appealing to me, I know this has been done in different lines before, but I really like it when the turtles have different sort of aesthetics to them, different sizes and weights and heights and everything. So you can see Raphael is a big, thick guy compared to the more lean Donatello. Raphael does not have the knee pads like Donatello has, and I don't know. I would guess that's not unique to this. I don't think this is like motorcycle driver Raphael. So my guess is that the regular Raphael also does not have the knee pads, which I think is a cool, if you look at wrestlers, some of the ones that are tougher don't wear knee pads. Like if you look at like a Pete Dunne, he doesn't do knee pads, and it kind of adds to his toughness in a weird way. You're like, why isn't that guy? Where Walter, I don't think, or excuse me, Gunther, I don't believe wears knee pads either. And there is a toughness there. So I kind of like that. I don't know if that was the intent, but you can see Raphael doesn't have elbow pads or knee pads going on. And you can also see, I guess this is my other nitpick with these, is the pins are glaringly obvious. And there are no pins in the knees. So I wish they had carried that up to the arms as well. But for the price of these figures, because my gosh, they're really nice figures, I can't. Now that obviously that's hideous, but it's the design of these. It's the aesthetics of these. It's the type of figure that they are. I don't know. I don't know why I can't like I wouldn't accept this from another line, but for these, for some reason, that's just how they are, and okay. I don't know. The ankles are also nothing to write home about. Not a lot of flexibility there. And when you're dealing with ninjas, you kind of want more flexibility than that. But I don't know. I'm trying to pop that off so we can get a better look at the joint, because you can see there is this is a, his foot's so thick you can't see it, but this is a modern ankle joint. It just doesn't have a lot of range for whatever reason. Or maybe it does once you break it loose a little bit. Interesting. He's got a big, thick calf, so it's kind of hard to move within that. There we go. Okay, so look, you can see there. It's got a little more range than I was giving it credit for. But it doesn't move forward quite as much as I would like. Well, you know what? That's not bad. It could be better, but it's not bad. All right. So anyway, there we go. You can see all the articulation that you would expect from a great 1/12 scale figure. Now, there was some discussion about the scale in my Donatello review, because if you look, so these most best action figures are not 1/12 scale. I don't know what scale they are exactly, like 1/14 or something. I don't know. But if you're familiar with Ninja Turtles, you know, if you're going to compare a Ninja Turtle to a 1/12 Snake Eyes, this size is about right. So these work with your Classified or your Marvel Legends or your DC Universe Classics. Well, they're probably a little small for that, but like these scale with some other 1/12 scale lines. So, and I asked the question, so does that mean, because these are based on IDW's comic books, and I asked, are the IDW Turtles maybe larger, kind of like the recent live action movie Turtles? And somebody answered in the comments, no, that the IDW Turtles are generally around the same size as the Turtles have traditionally been, which is around 5 feet tall. So these work. These work with multiple lines. And again, just the detail on them. You can see his belt is connected in the front, which I like because it kind of gives it a spot to stay in place. He's got an extra pouch on there, a couple extra pouches on there. The colors are different on these than what we typically see with the Turtles. I love these. I love the look of them. I love that there's something different. The loyal subjects are doing you just can't deny they're doing some really, really cool stuff with these. If we get a little closer look at that portrait, you can see the mouth is sculpted open and actually has that nice gap in the front. The torn spots on his face mask. And here is the problem that I had, is this, it's just cheap feeling. I don't like it. And Donatello's did not plug in particularly well. Raphael seems to go in a little bit better. Not bad. I mean, it looks fine, but the plastic just feels, I don't know, not great. And I'm not a huge fan. I like that they went for a ball joint with this so it could be posed, but the connection just doesn't seem quite as stable as I'd like it to be. all that sculpted detail on the wrappings. These are just great figures. They are. So let's take a look at alternate hands. So you've got a closed fist and 3 different sort of kung fu-y hands. Oh, that might be... Okay, so let's see. So his defaults are C-grips, and the C-grips are posed to hold his size either way. And here, so he's got an open sort of martial arts hand, but then these, I imagine, might be for the motorcycle, or, I mean, these could also be fighting hands. But anyway, good number of interchangeable hands. And then his size, nice solid plastic, which is actually really shocking. This is a great rigid plastic on these. Sculpt looks really nice and clean. The paint, the silver looks good. The red handles are a nice touch. And these are, of course, just identical pieces, as they should be. And they are going to fit... Oh, are they going to fit? Okay, yeah, you kind of have to just squeeze them in there. So you can do sort of a standard holding them like a knife thing, but you can also do the cool between the fingers. That's going to take some effort, isn't it? I'm not even sure how... I don't know that this is going to get between his thumb and his finger. Maybe? That might be tricky. The hand is a little rigid to be flexed around that sai. So basically, I would recommend if you really need... Because you can do this, and it'll work all right. But if you really need this to be between the thumb and the finger, just heat that hand up, because that hand is rigid. Heat that hand up and get it in there, and then you'll get the look you want. And then the sai also go into the storage on the back of the belt, of course. Man, look at it. Look at him. He's great. And then beyond that turtle, we have a really nicely done motorcycle. The silver on it is, you know, it's not quite super shiny, but it's shiny enough. Rubber tires with great looking sculpted treads. Oh, is this a missing piece here? Because I feel like there should be 2 back pegs. I wonder if that got lost in the shuffle somehow. Well, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Like I said, this motorcycle was pretty much free, but it does look like there was a peg here as well that got popped out. Got a little bit of control there. The headlights are actually clear plastic. I don't know if you can even really tell in the video, but they are clear plastic. And then, of course, the windscreen looks really nice. Got some instrumentation, you know, just silver stuff, but nice detail. Oh my gosh, look at that. The accelerator and the brake move. I did not expect that at all. Is the seat... Okay, if the seat was rubber, that would have been like, okay, whoa, slow down, guys. It's just, you're putting too much effort into this, maybe. Is it, though? It actually kind of feels like it might be. Anyway, you can see, this is a great-looking motorcycle. So now let's see how well our turtle fits on it, because it does look a little small, maybe? Let's zoom back out and see how we can get this interaction working. I'm going to put the hands that I thought were probably motorcycle driving hands on here. Get that side out of there, put it in the back. And I don't know that I'll even pose him on the shelf with the motorcycle. my thought honestly was just, hey, I'll have a free motorcycle to review and that'll be fun. So the first problem I see here is he has no range of motion for his head to look up any more than it does. And if you're riding a motorcycle, that's kind of the natural pose you're going to take. Yeah, this doesn't quite seem to work. I don't know where the motorcycle comes from. I don't know if its origin. I don't know if it's supposed to be kind of a silly toy motorcycle or if it should be bigger and cooler, but it is definitely not big enough for this figure. I'm going to have to recommend, if you're paying full price for this turtle, I mean, come on, look at that. If you're paying full price for this turtle, just buy the figure. Don't get this motorcycle unless you need a motorcycle for a smaller scale. You know, this would be scaled properly for one of the other Best Action figures. I believe it would work correctly. Or it might work. Let's see here. I think this guy might be a little bigger than a Best Action figure, but let's try it and see. That's a little better, though. So, if you need a motorcycle for your Doctor Who figures, then this one could potentially do the trick. Although, honestly, it seems a little small even for him. I don't know. Motorcycle's very well done. It's just small. And I can't imagine any kind of story reason for it to be so undersized. So, my personal... but it does have... Look. There's the cool burnout that I mentioned that clips right onto one of the tires there. So you get that look, which is pretty neat. But I say avoid the motorcycle. Oh, and then we've also got... Let me pop that out so I don't inadvertently break it. Because this head does not seem like it's going to come off particularly easily. Oh my gosh. Or at all. Man. Hang on. I gotta get a little better grip on this thing. So that head is not coming off. If you want the head off, heat it up. And the reason you would want the head off is because this is actually really awesome. Look at that. That's great. But again, the motorcycle's so tiny, I just don't see anybody particularly wanting it or wanting to use it. But that is a great alternate portrait. I like it. So there you go. That is the Loyal Subjects Best Action IDW Comics Raphael. It's a great figure, but if you're out in the wild or ordering online or whatever the case may be, just get the figure. Don't bother with the motorcycle, I think. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things. And until next time, I love being a turtle.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.